I'm Al Sutherland with your Mesonet Weather Report. This week was a real lesson in the value of Mesonet to monitor moisture at both ends of the spectrum. On Tuesday, the Mesonet was being used to monitor where there was little air moisture. A map of relative humidity from 12:30 Tuesday afternoon showed how moisture dropped markedly from the higher moisture levels in the east, the green map areas, to low levels in central Oklahoma, the yellow area, to the exceptionally dry air, the red areas, where relative humidity values were predominantly below 10%. Part of why the relative humidity was so low was that air temperatures at 12:30 in much of western Oklahoma had climbed up close to 100, with 100 degrees reported at Cherokee and Altus. What a hot day in the west for early May, high 90s just as folks were eating lunch. Low humidities are a fire concern, and when combined with higher wind speeds, the combination can create hazardous fire situations. At 12:30, the average wind speed at Woodward was 25 miles per hour out of the southwest. At 12:30, a peak wind gust of 43 miles per hour was reported. 12:30 was also the time when a large fire started on the northwest side of Woodward. One day later, this fire had burned an estimated 13,700 acres. On Wednesday, meteorologists were using the Mesonet to monitor air with lots of moisture that could fuel severe storm development in western Oklahoma. A Dewpoint map at 2:55 p.m. from Wednesday showed a well-defined dry line, the narrow yellow band stretching from Altus to Cordell to Fairview to Medford. East of the dry line, Dewpoint temperatures were in the mid-60s. West of the dry line, Dewpoints were below 30. A radar view of western Oklahoma from that same time period showed how storm cells were beginning to form in a curve just east of the dry line. The strongest storms at this time were in Texas. Moisture convergence is another way to monitor air moisture from the Mesonet. A moisture convergence map from 3 p.m. Wednesday showed convergence where storm cells were popping up. This moisture convergence was the yellow-orange band starting near Altus that went up by Cordell, intensified between Weatherford and Fairview, and then lightened near Cherokee. By 4:24 Wednesday afternoon, the storm cells were showing up much more dramatically on radar, yet still in a broad line just east of the earlier Dewpoint map dry line. As storm development intensified and spread, the dry line retreated west back to the Panhandle, as we can see on a Dewpoint map from 7:20 Wednesday night. Radar from that same time showed storms all along the Oklahoma-Texas border and moving into central Oklahoma. Hopefully you and your loved ones received some needed rainfall, yet were spared any storm damage. Thanks for joining us for another edition of the Mesonet Weather Report.